Okay, this is your room, and we're starting you out with the view today, which is pretty beautiful. The view inside is less beautiful. Anyway, the fenestra, the window, we're going to try to recuperate as much as possible. The shutters recuperate. This probably is also recuperable. Again, like the one downstairs, you might want to drop it down and make a desk at this window. It's an idea. Your floor here is just beautiful. It's dirty, but you can tell this is the one that has the hexagonal terracotta, so that's really nice. This wall here is the one that goes towards the, goes into the finiale that you wanted to make a hole through. You wanted to make a doorway through. The Atomico here is all buckled, and it's got to all come off, this whole wall. So once it comes off, you can see how the wall will be, and maybe just leave it tuck pointed. It looks like it's got some nice big stones and stuff. So that's something for the future, once the cement is off. The same thing with the ceiling. I don't know how well it's attached, but that's another thing that we just have to see if you want to try to clean it off or not. So this wall gets cleaned totally. This wall also needs to be cleaned as much as possible. This wall is okay. It can just be have a layer of Tornaquino put on and repainted. This wall has some interesting stuff. There's a wooden beam here. We don't really know why, but it could be interesting to leave some of it at least here. Remember, your borders are going to have wiring in them. So, what was the other thing? The doorway that we were talking about goes through a really huge wall. So you can do it. It's not that you can't do it, but it's a load-bearing wall, and it costs a bit. You have to talk to Alessandra about that. What it's going to cost? Say you put it here, like a 80-centimeter doorway here. You're going to have iron beams put under it. You're going to have a door. You only find an old door, but you need something really heavy because it's going to be cold on the other side. But anyway, that's something to explore. It's doable. Here's your door that goes from the stairs, and with its funny little top on it. The carpenter said no problem cleaning that. He would probably, he said he could try to clean this, but he would also be able to put another piece of wood on top. And here you've got some newspaper that was on top there from February 7, 1988. So it's an interesting reading. We're going to save it for you because these are the antiques that go with the house. La Stampa. Let's see what this was. News about the New York Wall Street economy section. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to put this in your museum. Okay. Wait, there's just one. Okay. There's the balcony between the two rooms, always with the nice floor. The balcony, Nick is going to be repairing the balcony structure, make it safe again. That's going to be a fairly big job for him. The railing, the sandblaster said that he could do a fair job without taking it down and replacing it, which save a lot of time and effort, enough so that it can be repainted. The door also will be recuperated, and like all the other windows, I didn't say earlier, what we're talking about with the carpenter was adding thicker glass instead of this skinny glass. adding thicker glass, but not double glazing, because it really wouldn't make any sense. Anyway, so there you are with that. The problem here is this is the way to get up into the attic. And they've closed it with this very thin piece here. But it could be done in a much better way, so that this whole piece can come out, and then maybe just a trap door, leaving this part with the little steps built in, a vista. Anyway, that's to look at, but the easy enough thing. There's really practically nothing there. Okay, now here's the front, what do we call it? First floor, front, left. The other bedroom, I guess it's going to be. So here you've got a nice terracotta floor. Everything's fine there. The problem you've got in this room is, this is the flue from that room downstairs. And they actually put the electric wiring through it. So this has got to be all cleaned off. You see here, it's buckled and it's got char and everything. This wall has to be pretty much all cleaned off. And then probably the best thing on this wall is to recover it with your stucco. But anyway, once it's cleaned off, you can make that decision. This wall, on the other hand, is in good condition, and it should be recuperated just the way it is. It could be recuperated the way it is. The ceiling in here also looks good, except for the, Alessandra's pointing to a humidity point right there. Yeah. So that's got to be addressed. It's a what? She said this one is a recent wet spot. So Nick is eventually going to have to go up above and see what's going on, whether it's recent, like recent within the last few weeks from these big rains that we've had. It's possible that it's just some tiles that have slipped out of position, or a tile gets broken, sometimes by hail or something like that. So anyway, he's going to have to go in and look at the entire roof, and particularly over these bedrooms. So why there's a hook in the ceiling, we don't know. But you could hang a hammock, I guess. Anyway, that's pretty much this room. And your door again is a nice, this is a nice old doors. Could be 18th century, early 19th century. Double hardware. Okay, here you definitely want to have light like this. Probably you want these areas to be reserved for electric passing, which is, they had them once before. When it's decided where the electric passes, what Nick has to do is, in every wall where the electrician decides that the tubes pass, he's going to have to do, this is called tracce, traces. He's got to actually, with the demolitory, got to cut through the stone or the brick or whatever it is to make a place where the tube then fits in and then gets covered up. So it's not like, you know, when you have studs and that kind of thing. It's really, it's a lot more work. But then they're inserted into the wall and they stay there. Okay. Well,